ready for war. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
And when he has tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap a Lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, no, be not. The fine to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take a sin. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with their opponents. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He gets this one to Johnson, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Herbert. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. Well, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage. Have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. And he comes back with one complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Herbert on 1st down now. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Rashawn Slater, 1st-round pick in 2021, guilty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
To the air again, Herbert. And that is incomplete here.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Express have taken a 1st-quarter lead. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going. A touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. first down. Green. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, McDonald. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Going right side here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Express are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Broncos nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach, right?
Fighting through it, he's got space. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And touchdown! And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. McDonald sets to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A pass there complete to Sutton. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9. Throwing is McDonald. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on first down. It's Green, and he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
Buying time to his... And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. McDonald. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 5-yard line.
Herbert just beat the play clock. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken in at the 22. On first down, it's Green. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's McDonald to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Escapes the defender. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Hey, been there.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll go to work with a little momentum following the free kick. 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, McDonald. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20.
They are not ready
all
for
the way home for a Broncos score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
Just missed.
Touchdown! Albert O, 83 yards. And the Express are able to widen their advantage. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this, not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Touchdown! Ty Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Express are able to add on to their first half lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Express have got it on cruise control. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by one more.
Broncos 15.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McDonald uncorks one for Davis. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
To throw on 3rd down. McDonald. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. A final shot before the break for Herbert. Trying to lay one up deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down at the 10. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call in the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Here's Herbert. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebunam was the target there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Now it's Herbert. Dumping it off for Johnson. That catch good for only a couple. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Second down and goal. Herbert. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal. Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Express are pouring it on. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will extend this big lead.
Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's complete. Wade1da. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
70 Lions. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. 18 Russell. 18 Russell.
Herbert now. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Touchdown. Mike Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Express extend their lead yet again. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
63, Broncos 15.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. McDonald. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Able to push his way through and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, it's Herbert. Flush to his right. Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Broncos.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now Herbert following the turnover. That is caught. It's Williams. And all the way down to the 35. And a huge play that time.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Slam, slam, slam. 72. 51 to Mike, 51 to Mike. There's a party now.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Oh, get him.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And this will be a touchdown. Ty Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Express get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 20.
You don't like this?
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 83 yards. And the Broncos get 1 score closer. Extra point attempt to come here. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Mike.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Mustang 19.
To the air again, Herbert. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Touchdown. Jalen Guyton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Express are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Rosas to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
77, Broncos 22. Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Okay, ready? 41 the mic. Check 41. Come on. Shift.
McDonald sets to throw. He's got his tight end fan. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing is McDonald. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
On 3rd down, McDonald finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Let's go now. I'm here all day.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
McDonald. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
He's by himself, Keenan Allen. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Check. Warrior 70.
Here we go. 51 to Mike.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 2nd and 10.
51 to Mike.
You ain't got nothing. Buffalo 18.
51, Mike 51.
Herbert back to the air. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Carter, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
45.
Trap 60.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange.
Touchdown! It's complete. Keenan Allen, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Express go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Herbert off of play action. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
I got you. Check smash. Check smash. Mike 51. It's out. Panther 11. Panther 11. Right here, guys.
Again, Herbert.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 40. Past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The return man, Wilson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into fourth. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's complete, Wade1da. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go.
51's the Mike, 51.
Herbert throwing again. And this one is incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Here we go, team.
Play action. It's Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Hey, check Mike 45.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and goal from the 1.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
70 Lion.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey, smash.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
That ball, team. Let's get 60 Bobcats.
60 Bobcat.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Herbert now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Mike 45.
Ricky. Check, 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 check.
They snap it to Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Williams going to get it again on second down. And some room to work. There he goes, left side. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for our visitors, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will return home next week to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to